Hello friends, now we are going to see the data mining task and the methods. So we have three types of tasks. The first one is a classification, second one is a regression, and the third one is a clustering. So let's see in quite detail. The classification is nothing but the learning a function that maps an item into one of the sets of predefined classes. For example, we can say that a find of all credits applicants who are poor at credit tricks. So they are of one type, so we can say that we are classifying them according to their credit count. The second one is a regression. It is nothing but a learning a function that maps an item into a real value. So definitely what you are going to do, you should map this to the real value, that is the regression. Then the clustering, they identify a set of groups of similar item. So you can say that identify the customers with a similar buying habits. So definitely it comes as a cluster and you are making a cluster for the clustering. So another is the dependencies and the association. What is association? It is nothing but to identify the significant dependencies between the data attributes. For example, find the all items which are frequently purchased with the mail is referred as the association group. So definitely you are going to find out the description of a data set and a subset of a data set, and you are going to get it as an output. So there are some data mining methods, like one is the decision tree classifiers. It is used for the modeling and classification. Later on you can define the association rules to find the association between the attributes. Definitely if you want to know the similar buying habits or the frequently per item purchased with that particular mail, then you are supposed to make the association, means whenever you are buying a milk along with the bread, whatever you buying a milk with along with the biscuits, it's a different rule and you need to set associated rules for them. Then is a sequential patterns. You need to find the temporal association in time series. Definitely there is a some, when you are buying some things, they are basically based on the time, means at particular time particular thing is bought at more frequently. So you can say that you can set a sequential pattern for them. Then hierarchical clustering, it is used to group the customers and the web users. So this is actually a representation of a data mining. We can define the data mining as a predictive and a descriptive. Under predictive, you can say that you have a classification, you have a regression, you have a time series analysis and the prediction. In descriptive, you have a clustering, summarization, association rules and the sequence discovery. So you can say that in a predictive manner you are going to divide the data according to the rules, and in a descriptive manner you are going to define the data according to rules. So according to the property you are going to group the data, just we are making a clusters in a clustering. So we are going to see this in detail while studying the clustering part. Now what is the part of data mining? What is the main aim of data mining? It's nothing but you are supposed to find out some patterns and you need to find out whether these patterns are of interesting or not. So definitely there is a one factor, that is the interestingness measure. What is interestingness measure? A pattern means a particular format that is identified or understood by the humans. It might be a valid or it might be invalid, but you need to find out the degree of certainty, the potentially usefulness, novel or validate some hypothesis that users seeks to confirm. Means for example, if you want to buy the thing XYZ, you need to find out whether you are getting the output correctly or not. In structured query language, what you are going to do, you are going to find out the data and you are going to retrieve the data. It might be of that particular format or not, that is not important, but in data mining it is not so. You need to find out a data which is of interestingness, means that particular part comes under the data mining. Now let's see what we can do next. Again we can say define the objectiveness versus subjectiveness. What is the objectiveness? It is based on the statistics and structures of the patterns, example support and confidence, while subjectiveness is based on the user belief in the data, that is unexpectedness, novelty and actionability. Definitely we are supposed to find out all the interesting patterns, that is a completeness. We can find out, can a data mining system find all the interesting patterns? That is a very important question, and for that purpose we have association versus classification versus clustering. Now there is a one more point, that is the optimization. What you are going to find out, that should we optimize? So the question is, can a data mining system find only the interesting patterns? That is important, because when you are getting a data mining, you are going to get a wet data, and when you are going to get a wet data, you need to do the optimization. So what is the approaches? The first, generate all the patterns and the filter out of interesting ones. Generate the only interesting patterns, that is a mining query optimization is necessary. Means when you are making some data discovery or the data research, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to find out the recent data. So you are going to find out the 2 years from this year. You are not going to find out the entire, that is the optimization, and you are going to get the optimization to find out the interestingness patterns. Now a short point, that is a data peak processing. What we have to do before that, let us understand the concept of dirty data. Dirty data means a data which is retrieved in data mining, but it is of not of your use. Means it is either incomplete, means lacking some attribute values, lacking some certain attribute values of interest, containing only aggregate data. It is noisy, so it is containing the errors or the outliers. It is inconsistent. It is containing the discrepancies in codes or name. No quality data means no quality mining results. So definitely you need a quality data, you need a clear data. You should not work with dirty data, and it required for the both OLAP and the data mining. Why the data is incomplete? Because the attributes of interest are not available. Means for example, whenever you are buying some things, you are not storing the customer information. But if you are storing the customer information, you are not storing some goods. You are storing the goods with a very vague structure, that is of no use. So definitely whatever the customer is taking from your shop, you should store it accordingly, so you can get a particular data. Otherwise it can be in the form of dirty data. Means for example, if something is a buying of 30 rupees, you can add anything of 30 rupees. So definitely your balance is going to get the tally. But it is not the case in the data mining. When you are going to make out the public interest, the thing will come out as actual buying thing, but it is not of actual buying thing, because it is of some particular of same price. So definitely you need to generate information properly, so you will get it. Data were not considered important at the time of transaction, so they were not recorded. The data is not recorded because of misunderstanding in the mass function. The data may be recorded or later deleted. Missing unvalued entries, it is also there. Some faulty instrument is also the reason behind the noisy data. Human computer errors, then error in data transmission, technology limitations are also inconsistencies, duplicate tuples. It is also form of data. There is a noisy data. So next lecture we will see the task in data pre-processing. Thank you.